are back for another live stream on the René of Paris channel. I hope you guys are all doing very well today. I'm going to be having a guest coming on here in just a few moments that I'm sure you all are very familiar with. I don't even need to give her an introduction because if you watch our live streams, then you will definitely know who she is. But today's topic that we're going to be talking about is how to keep your wigs secure. Now, this is a concern that a lot of people have, especially if they're new to wigs. They're worried that maybe the wind might knock their wig off. If they move their head too fast, it could knock the wig off. Especially with people who are just starting to lose their hair and don't want people to know about it necessarily. That is such a big fear for people, that their wig is going to fall off and their secret's going to be revealed, for people who aren't comfortable talking about it with people yet. So I'm going to be having a guest joining in just a moment, and the reason I'm having a guest today is because I'm going to be talking about this from the perspective of someone who is completely bald and wears my wigs directly on my bald head. And my guest is going to actually be Dani, or Texas Wig Fairy, that you all are probably very familiar with. And she actually wears her wigs over bio hair with a wig cap, so we're kind of coming at this from different perspectives. She's also a wig specialist as well, so she's also someone that does consultations and helps people learn all these things when they're new to wigs, about how to put them on properly so it feels secure, how to measure your head, and things like that. So we're going to be getting into all those details. And I just want to say, I actually don't wear any sort of wig cap or anything to help secure the wigs. I find that when they fit properly, they should stay secure, and even to the extent that, of course, you're going to want to kind of test this in your own home. Let me just add my guest. Let's see. My guest is joining us now. The connection is just connecting. Hello!
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you today?
I'm doing good as well. I love that hair on you. That looks fantastic.
Thank you.
Which one is that again? Is that Billy?
Actually, this is a Kate. This is one that I cut. So this is it's what we call a limited edition, kind of a special order, if you will. I went over that I think a couple IGs ago. So if anyone wants to refer back to that, there's going to be limited edition styles that we have. And this is one of those, except I did cut quite a bit of it away. So, but
that looks fantastic on you. I love that.
This is my Friday hair.
I love it. Why is it your Friday hair? Just because it's like,
on Friday, we're a little bit more, I'm a little bit more casual in my dress. Like I wear denim, and I don't really, and I really love short hair. Even though I do wear longer styles, I'm most comfortable in really, really short styles.
Yeah, I kind of relate to that. I love the long styles, but typically if I know I'm going to be doing a lot in a day, I like the shorter styles. Yeah. It's so easy to not even think about the hair at all.
And as I get younger, I don't like anything touching my skin, which is kind of funny, but I'm sure someone else can relate to that. I don't like anything touching anything. Like if I really could just wear it off my face, I would. I try really to just, manage. It's just that as I get older, that little thing that we go through, I don't, the feeling of, especially any kind of hair bothers me.
Yeah, but people in the comments can relate to that. So
yeah.
So anyone joining us today that didn't hear what we're talking about, we're going to be talking about how to keep your wigs secure. And the reason I wanted to have Dani join me for this live stream is because she has a lot of insight on dealing with customers and people who are brand new to wigs as well, address all of these concerns. So we're both coming at it from the perspective of people who wear wigs regularly. I wear them on a completely bald head. I'm completely bald underneath this wig right now. And Dani, you wear them with wig caps, correct?
Yes, I actually, and that's kind of funny. I'm gonna go back a little bit to kind of explain, because I know it gets a little complicated when we're trying to figure out how to secure our wigs. And I started wearing a wig when I was 25. I lost my hair, and I was really, just like anyone else, a little bit terrified of the fact that, at that age I was dating. So I was really scared, like if the wig were to get caught on something, or that it was going to come off. And I was taught to wear a wig cap underneath. Now we're talking 25 years ago. So I know there's a lot of other accessories available now. However, I was taught with a wig cap, and I still feel like it's probably one of the most secure ways to secure your wig. So if you don't mind, I'm going to show you really quickly what I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so the wig caps are going to look like, and these are what they come like in the package. This is called a wig liner.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have a nylon. Let's see, I may not have, oh yes, right here, a nylon. So I'm going to show you the difference. The wig liner is kind of like fishnet looking. So, and kind of here you can see, I do have bio hair. I just have a lot of bald spots. And this still helps me keep. So this is how this looks. It has a really nice stretch to it, and it's a really soft fabric.
Yeah.
And I also want to just mention, not all fabrics are the same. So, you know, this is from René Paris. However, there's all different types, all different. It may not be as comfortable only because, how do I put this in a really nice way? A little bit more that you pay for the wig liner, you pay for what you get. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
There's budget ones, and then there's ones that are made with really nice fabric like this. So what I do is I put the wig liner on, and of course, again, it has stretch. So I'm going to put this on first. Then I'm going to put my wig on, and then I'm going to secure it with just regular bobby pins. And before I do that, I think the most important thing, regardless of what we're talking about as far as foundations, cap sizes, different lines, if you will, the most important thing before we even get into any of the different lines and how they fit is how to put the wig on correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go through that step by step because that really makes a big difference. And I wore a short one because it really visually helps for someone to realistically get a good idea of how to put this on. So when I'm putting a wig cap on, and I always show my new people, I'm going to hold the wig from the back here, and I'm going to hold it from the nape. Because if you hold it too far down, it kind of flips, flops, and then it's a little uncomfortable. I mean, it just gets frustrating.
I'm going to follow along with you just so I can show on a totally bald head as well.
Yes. And then I'm going to put this on the little hairline here. I'm going to rest it on my forehead, and then I'm going to go front to back like a little beanie. Okay, so most important thing before any of this is when you're putting the wig on in the back, the nape of the wig needs to be above the bend of the head. So when you bend it back, it needs to be above the bend. The reason that's so important is if it's in the bend, when you turn your head, it's going to pop off.
Okay, that's definitely a thing. Yeah.
So
if it's below the bend, that's probably an indicator that it might be too big on you or that it's just not placed properly on your head.
Exactly. So therefore, number one, it's uncomfortable because that fabric is rubbing against your skin in the bend of the neck.
Yeah.
Then whenever you move, it's going to feel like it's going to pop off. And if it is feeling like it's just a little bit uncomfortable, first of all, and some of us don't even know that these are here because we're not taught that they're here, there's adjustments on the back of every wig.
The adjustments, yeah, that is super important for anyone that feels like their wig doesn't fit properly.
So every wig from our company has adjustments. Every single line, every single style has adjustments in the back. And
I pull it like a tank top strap. You just kind of
you just take this little tab here and you pull it towards the middle on each side, and that makes it smaller. If it feels like it's a little bit too tight, you want to let those out. Then you just pull this to your natural hairline, and if you don't know where that is, because you know some of us may not have bio hair, it's usually 4 fingers above the bridge of your nose. So we're and if you look, it's exactly 4 fingers. Give or take a little bit.
That's a great trick. Another trick I've learned as well is that you can kind of put from your forehead, make like a flat line from there, and then a flat line from the top of your head, and it kind of meets where the hairline should be.
Yeah, wonderful. So that, before we even go any further, is very, very important. And then the little ear tabs, I like to call them just little ear tabs, they're going to fit right in through this area. Once you have all that in place and you can turn your head and bend your head back and it doesn't really move, we're off to a good fit.
Yeah.
Now you may have to practice a little bit with it. You may have to take it up, take it out, and go from there. But then all I do is because these are capless, now you don't want to do this if it's a solid cap, like hand tied. You do not want to put bobby pins through it. This is only because this is capless, you know, meaning that it has holes in the wefts here. Like this is what I mean. Yeah. I don't mean holes like it's damaged. I mean these kind of holes. You're going to find a place and then you just put a bobby pin through it. Being very gentle not to break skin. So I always find the ones that have like a little rubber tip. And then I'm just going to place the bobby pin on each side and in the back.
And now you're connecting it to the wig cap there?
I'm connecting, yes, I'm taking fabric from the wig liner and a little bit of fabric from the wig itself, and I'm placing the bobby pin to hold those two together.
Now, is this a technique you would recommend even for people who do have hair underneath the wig cap?
Yes.
Or for people who don't have hair underneath the wig cap?
Both. Actually,
both. Yeah.
The only thing I always do remind an individual, especially if they do not have hair, or if they're under any kind of treatment, their skin may be really sensitive. So I always just say, try a bobby pin, and if it's not comfortable, usually you don't have to put bobby pins. I mean, the fabric of the wig liner and the fabric of the wig together, it kind of naturally, yes, yeah. It kind of creates, they hold each other, if you will.
Yeah, the traction, so, natural traction. Yes.
And I have honestly never lost a wig, even in the highest winds, like 60 plus. We just went through 70 miles an hour, I believe.
Wow, I'm not sure if I've experienced anything like that, but
usually where I spend a lot of time on the ranch, it's really, really windy out in open field, and so the wind will catch it, and you can kind of feel it kind of lift a little bit, but it's never gone anywhere.
Yeah, so, I don't think I've ever had a big wig mishap ever in my life either, and I've been wearing wigs since I was like really, really young. And I also, the technique with wearing them on a wig cap is really great for people. And it's just also nice that I'm able to wear it directly on my bald head. Yes. And even that way it feels secure as well. So I think for anyone that's new to wigs, you can kind of try out and test out at home which one does feel more secure and more comfortable.
Yes. And I think it's wonderful, Abby, that you do share that you do wear your styles without a wig liner or a wig liner, mesh, or nylon. Because I think the thing that really concerns me is that because some of us may be new to wigs, we're learning incorrect methods on how to adhere or secure. And we really do, these are all designed to not have to worry about any of that. You should just be able, it's ready to wear hair, and you should just be able to put it on with minor adjustments and be good. You know,
yeah.
The whole purpose is for you to live your life, live your life and not have to worry about all those other, the things that we're being taught incorrectly, unfortunately.
Yeah, sometimes, especially if you're watching YouTube videos from people who aren't necessarily wig professionals, they might recommend things that makes wearing wigs seem so daunting, and it really doesn't have to be that difficult at all. Pretty much all of my wigs. I prefer wigs that I can just throw on and leave without having to do any sort of adjustments. And otherwise, that would just be too much of a hassle for me. So I just like switching to another. This is a Ori from Amore, which is one of the new releases.
Yeah.
But just switching to Hayden from Amore as well. It's nice that the Amore caps are designed for people with hair loss in particular. Anyone can wear them, but they're particularly designed to be comfortable on a bald head. And they're so easy to put on quickly, again, with the adjustable straps in the back, and they also have the silicone grip on the outside along the edges of the wig cap, and that really also helps it grip to your head or your wig cap as well.
Yes.
So you don't really need much else to secure it beyond that.
Yes. So along that you're sharing that about Amore has to be probably my favorite, and I'm gonna put my favorite Amore piece on. The one thing that I really love about Amore, first of all, is the beautiful craftsmanship. They're just made so beautifully. And I don't know if I shared this, but I just recently worked with a friend of mine who is really she just wouldn't even consider putting any of my wigs on because there wasn't a petite anywhere, like in the tag or anything. Like, she just didn't want to try it on. And I said, oh my goodness, I've been wearing them more for years. Like, just trust my judgment.
Yeah.
I said, these are just made so well, and they are designed for people, realistically keeping in mind an individual that does not have bio hair. So she finally tried it on, and you know, it fit like a glove. And I said, and the beautiful thing about it is that the more you wear a piece, the nicer it becomes. I mean, it just, with body heat, it takes a little bit, but with body heat, the way the fabric warms up and kind of softens up and it kind of molds to you, it's hard to explain that to someone, but it makes the experience so much better.
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean. It's almost like breaking in a new pair of shoes too. Like, they just naturally start to form to your head, and then it's so easy to just throw on. And with the way this is secure right now, obviously for anyone who's new to wigs or just getting comfortable, checking how secure it is on you, I do this at your own risk and experiment with things at home and stuff like that. But I would do a cartwheel in this wig and not be concerned about it falling off. That's how comfortable it feels. And it's not that it's tight or anything like that. It's just that it's like the perfect, the silicone strip helps a lot. The adjustments help a lot. And even just with that, I don't have to do anything else and it feels secure. Yes.
Okay, so let me see. I have, what wig is, this is Emmy. This is probably my favorite, one of my favorite pieces ever.
I love that.
I have a lot of wigs, but
that's really saying something.
Yes, this is just the cut, the movement it has in it. It's a beautiful silhouette from the side, from every angle. It's really, really nice. And it's very, very comfortable. And the one thing I want to say about myself is I have a big head. I really do. I'm a big girl. Like, I'm almost 5'9". I have a fuller frame. And wigs usually are not, some wigs are at the very beginning may be a little snug, and then after about 5 days they fit wonderful. This fit wonderful from the minute I took it out of the box and put it on. Wow. It was just a great fit.
And that's amazing. And that's probably really, really reassuring for people who are new to wigs as well, that they can just get a wig that's going to fit so perfectly they can just put it on and go. And of course, I do want to mention the really valuable experience of getting the opportunity to go in person to a wig store. If you do have that opportunity, of course you are at a wig store, so you have that experience working with customers who are brand new to wigs. And not everyone is able to go in person, but being able to try on different wigs and see what works best for you between the different lines we have, like the René of Paris line, the Amore line, Noriko, being able to see them in person, try them on, is really helpful. And also having that expert advice as well about how to make sure you know it's the right fit. And I know another question that I always get is, I mean, are all your wigs, Amores? No, they're not. I love Noriko's, I love René Paris. And if I had to, like another one of my pieces that I know I've put on my Instagram, this is René Paris they're really fashion forward, but look at the stretch. Like, oh yeah. And they always have been. I had to do this. I had to show you something. I always do Fun Fact Friday at my work, and since I'm with you today, Abby, I'm going to show you something that this is how long I've been wearing René Paris. Wow, I've never even seen that packaging before. This is from 1985. Wow. I kept it. I have like what do you call those capsules? Time capsule. I love that. Okay, so this is, and I just want to show you the stretch and how great it's held. Like, so that's a wig from 1985? This is a wig from 1985. That's amazing. Isn't that, look at the quality. Like, it's still in great condition. Yes, you're not hearing any crunching or anything like that. This is just great fabric, and it's still the quality is still there. Yes, this is like a really old tag. Look at that. That is amazing. It really goes to show how much you like René of Paris wigs too, because it's like wearing them for all this time. Yeah,
So
both wigs that I've shown so far are from Amore, but I also do have a René of Paris one here as well, just to show that they are pretty similar wigs, but you can kind of see as you try on different ones which one works best for you. But pretty much all the wigs across all the lines fit right when I put them on. I don't really have to do much adjusting, which is nice.
nice.
This
Yes,
one's
and
a Cheyenne.
so I really like that style on you.
Thank
I
you.
love the color on you.
Thank you. Yeah, I just switched from blonde to brunette. Always switching back and forth.
Yes.
Obviously, the beauty of wearing wigs.
So the one thing I want to suggest, if there's someone out there that is new to wigs, or maybe they have been wearing a style, but they've never tried the style on without anything underneath, whether you have hair or not, and you're beautiful both ways, just try it. Just try it in the security of your own home. You know, this is what I had to do when I started. I would do it at home, you know, and I know that everyone, I mean, you would think that because I grew up in this industry, it was really easy for me to make that transition. It wasn't. You know, I did this all at home in private, kept it away from my family for about a year.
Wow.
And had to just kind of navigate, because I didn't do this. I was a photographer. I didn't do any of this. I wasn't even in this industry. And I kind of just had to figure things out by myself. And let me just tell you what, when there's someone there to help you, my goodness, take the help.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's all I had.
Like,
take the help, because I just was so close-minded back then. And I always just say, we're all here to help our community. You know, Abby's wonderful. Alexander, our other social media family member, is wonderful. He comes from a different perspective. And I was going to say, if you're not in an area where you can go somewhere, ask your hairstylist to help you, because they're licensed. And it is very, very important to get good information, good education from someone who has been educated and has a background in this industry. And like Abby was saying, go to reneaparis.com, enter your information, and find someone in your area. And as we open back up, you know, having that opportunity, you know, to kind of get to know the different lines is wonderful. And there's so much information on our website that is very, very helpful.
Yeah, definitely. No, I know one person asked earlier, they were saying that when they wear wig caps, sometimes it feels too tight and that it feels like it can give them headaches. So is there any advice that you would have for that person?
Okay, yes, and I'm going to go back to, and I know it's going to sound really general, but I'm going to go back to quality, because wig caps are all made out of different fabrics. And so if it feels a little bit snug, the one thing I would say is definitely try one of the wig liners. I'm going to show you the difference real quick. So this is Wig Liner. And this has, if you'll see, it has like a fishnet kind of quality to it.
Yeah. And the other one is solid?
Now this one, for me, this one is not, I really don't feel, it's not that it's uncomfortable, but this one on my head is a little bit snug. Okay, so this is Wig Cap, and this is what this fabric looks like. It's like a nylon, and there's no fishnet, there's no holes in it. This for me is a little, being with my head size, this is a little more snug. So that's the first thing I would suggest. Maybe try the liner and not the cap.
Okay, so just trying out different types of wig caps as well is a good start. And then the other thing that came to mind for me is if the wig does feel too tight to the point where it's giving you headaches, it's possible that the wig is just too small on you, I would say. So maybe try adjusting the straps.
Yes, try adjusting the straps. And, you know, if you feel like you're, and the other thing I don't want to forget, because this is a question I get all the time, what's the difference? Why would it feel different for Abby than it would for me? Okay, so when my hair grew back, the reason that I like the René Paris, and it's probably the most comfortable for me, because as my hair grew back, I had a little bit of wiggle room for my hair back here. Like if I wear some of the Amores, if my hair, and my hair is not ever going to get really long, but let's just say someone has longer hair, that might be a little bit more snug, not terribly uncomfortable, but going back to the comfort level, when you're wearing like the René Paris, that definitely, you have a little bit more wiggle.
A little more wiggle room for the hair underneath.
Yes, as your hair is growing back. So that's very, very important. And I'm just trying to think of what other, again, I think the most important thing is just to keep in mind, if you're definitely just really new to wigs, you have to give it at least a week for that to, with body heat and so forth, to really allow it to start conforming to your head.
Definitely. And so maybe if you're not comfortable wearing it out yet because you're still getting used to it, you can even just try wearing it around the house for a week or so just to get to that point. Again, almost like breaking in a pair of shoes the first week.
Yes.
Yeah, and I also want to mention that there are large cap options as well in some of the styles. So I do have Sky large cap here from Noriko.
Yes.
So that is a good option.
Yeah,
so, and just to remind people of the adjustable straps, it's really super simple to adjust it. Just to give a close-up of that. There's one on either side of the nape of the neck, and you just pull them towards the middle, just kind of like a tank top strap or something like that.
Yes. And it really is something, Abby, how many people I meet that really don't even know the
don't realize that's there. Yeah.
Don't even know it's there.
Let's just put this one on as well. So with Sky large cap, it's not so much bigger than the average cap, so it's going to be a huge difference, but it's enough that someone who does have a slightly larger head size will be a little bit more comfortable.
Yes. Nice.
I haven't worn this one in a while. Now we almost look like we're matching, but
yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
That's such a great style.
Yeah, I do. Sky is an awesome one. I do love the short ones like this every once in a while too. I just like changing it from all ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So just gonna quickly go over some of the names of the wigs that we showed in case anyone was curious. So what was the one you're wearing right now again?
Okay, this is Emmy, Emmy from our new, they were launched on Monday. There were 4 styles, and if you didn't get to see that IG story, you can go back to René Paris. 4 new wonderful styles that were launched on Monday from our Amore.
I have Ori here as well in rose gold.
Yes,
I started the video with. I love this one as well. You were saying with that one, the way it flows is so nice. I feel the same way about this one. It just flows so nicely and silky. I mean, they all do, but this one in particular is just like so beautiful. This one right now, Sky.
Yeah, I love that style and color on you.
I know. I think it's going to become my go-to wig for a little bit.
Isn't that nice?
But as you know, it's hard to stick with just one for very long.
And then I mean, with any of the lines, I think the other thing that's just so wonderful is that, you know, and again, it took us, I know that it took you a while, and it took me a while to become comfortable with really changing styles. But once you can, if you're open to that and you can get to that point, it's just freedom.
It's so much freedom.
I just don't even know how to explain that. Like, I used to be so worried about trying to find the right style in the right color, and then finally I just said, you know, I'm gonna be wearing these for the rest of my life, so I might as well just try it. And it's such freedom. And
it really just becomes like another accessory, so it becomes so fun to wake up in the morning, pick out your outfit, and then pick the hair that coordinates with the outfit.
Exactly.
Versa, going from blonde to brunette to blue to whatever you're feeling like on a given day. So for anyone else watching this, just to recap, this was about how to keep your wigs secure. So if you missed any of these details, you can go onto our René of Paris IGTV or our YouTube. It'll be up on there later. And we have all sorts of great wig tips and tutorials on both our Instagram and our YouTube channel, from myself, from Danny, from Alexander. And we're also always open to requests, or if you have specific questions, you can feel free to DM either of us. I'm abbyandrew.yt on Instagram. Danny is Texas Wig Fairy. You can also DM René of Paris. And we're all here to answer your questions. And if it's a commonly asked question, we also like to incorporate them into our live streams or our YouTube videos.
Okay, when you purchase these wigs, do you thin or thin them out? What I do is, for me personally, and then I'll let Abby answer that, I have my sister is a licensed cosmetologist, and she takes a little bit of weight out. And I would never allow anyone that didn't know what they were doing, you know, because I love all my pieces, and to have someone that doesn't know what they're doing get a hold of it and ruin it would, I mean, it would just not be good. However, I don't thin all of them and I don't cut all of them, but every once in a while I may take a little bit of weight out on the sides. Alexander's done some of my wigs. It's just great to have someone that a wig stylist that you can go to on a regular basis to make them you, if you will.
Mm-hmm. That's a great option for someone if you do have access to a licensed wig specialist. I personally don't modify any of the ones I get because I am so scared to mess them up. But that's also great too because they are just so perfect when they come. So it's you don't have to do anything to them, but it is an option if you want to.
Yes, and that is what we strive for, to make sure that no one really has to do anything to them if they don't really choose to.
Exactly. Truly ready to wear, straight out of the box. I would just walk out of the house right away.
Wonderful. Someone just got their two first wigs from, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they're for 2 new first wigs from René of Paris. That's amazing. We're so glad you like them.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah. So if anyone has any additional questions, you can also comment on this video as well on the IGTV, and we will address all of your questions there. So thank you, Danny, also for joining me and helping me run
Thank you for
talk.
having me.
Yeah, this was so fun. I love doing lives with you. Yes. All right, thanks everyone for watching, and we will see you next time. Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.